Welcome to another episode of Cannabis Tech Talks powered by Shopline in association with ICBC and MJ BizCon. I'm Mary Jane Gibson, and I'm here with Jeff Heron and Josh Early from Greenway Herbal Products LLC. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going? How's your conference so far?
It's been good. It's been good. It's been a whirlwind week. It's been a busy week.
Well, I know we have a lot to talk about because you have a few projects that I want to learn more about. The first one I want to talk about is CannaGuard Pro, which my understanding is that it's a cleaning and disinfecting cannabis facilities project. Can you tell me more about it?
I'll let Josh lead with that one.
Great.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great intro for CannaGuard Pro. So it is a patented formula. It's a sodium chloride-based formula, and it is everything bleach is, but without the toxicity. And so it's a EPA level toxicity level 3, which means that as far as using it in your facility, it's not going to require all the PPE gear, the mask, the suit. It doesn't require any REI, so there's no restricted entry interval. So you can spray it, use it, and then go into your room within an hour and start setting up for your next grow. So, and you can use it everywhere and just about for anything. So you can fog it, you can use it on your pots, you can use it on your tools, you can use it on your benches, everywhere. And it's a fungicide, bactericide, mildewcide. What other?
Yeah, so when reservoir tanks and drip lines, that's really the visual to understand how well it works is when you flush your drip lines and you can see all the crud come out of your drip lines. It is a class 2 oxidizer, is basically what sodium chloride is at its core. It is a patented formula, and the patent is the first time that sodium chloride has been made safe to use. So we're very excited about the fact that the REI, as Josh mentioned, the reentry protocols, in a calendar year, how many reentry protocol days are you entering on a calendar year? You're removing all of those. So you're able to get back to work and repopulate the room from your clones to grow into mature plants and then step and repeat. And so it's not to be used on plants, but it's safe around plants in the sense of if you want to mop your floors in your grow room while you're growing, you can confidently do that without having to worry about the off gas of the other hydrogen peroxide or sodium hypochlorite based chemicals.
So the analogy that I'm thinking of is like I'm cooking dinner and I can use like a safe dish soap to clean the dishes, and I can still put food in there. And I'm not using the soap on the food, but it's safe for use around the
Great
food,
enough.
right?
Hadn't thought about that. I might steal that from you.
So how did you come to develop this? How did you identify the need? And are you biomechanical or biochemical?
So I guess this would be a good segue, but it's also the commitment to research the cannabis plant. A 90-year prohibition on the cannabis plant. We wanted to learn more about what's the value proposition and what are the ancillary products. So as a tech transfer, in a tech transfer relationship with the university, you have to monetize the intellectual property.
I'm going to jump in real quick. We have a university relationship.
Okay.
A little background. What was that, 2015 or 2016?
2016 is when we entered into a university grant partnership with Middle Tennessee State University, or MTSU as everyone calls it. And
Where are they?
they're in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, about 45 minutes south of Nashville.
And are you based in Tennessee?
We are.
Nice.
And so the intellectual property monetization, so that's basically taking something that is of perceived value or of known value or some sort of scientific quantitative analysis to say that this is what it does and it does it better than everything else. So now our job as a company is to now drive revenue to that intellectual property as a differentiator. And so the CannaGuard Pro product of the sodium chlorate formula just so happens to be a patent owned by an MTSU student, graduate. So when she started telling me about all of the cool things that it did, I kept thinking the whole time, this is perfect for the cannabis industry. And I was very enthusiastic about helping her think through the cannabis industry channel as a vertical. She also has different brands of the patented formula in other verticals because it does such an amazing job as it relates to being a virucide, a bactericide, a mildew stat.
Their I imagine the health industry, the medical industry.
I will say it's also sold as another brand as a hospital disinfectant. Okay, it's a class 2 oxidizer. It's safe for children and
I
pets.
use it in my house with an 8-month-old, like to disinfect, wow, tables, chairs, whatever. And so it is, I mean, we we use it day in, day out. I mean, so it can be used. It's a very safe product. And
Yeah. And so you can just wipe down surfaces. It doesn't have that harsh smell that bleach has. It doesn't have any of this sort of,
So if you get bleach in your eyes,
yeah,
it'll blind you.
right.
Okay, and
Just
so,
for everyone out there, if you didn't know, don't put bleach in your eyes.
yeah, don't do that. But the sodium chloride formula in this patented formula, the safety aspects. And so on our safety data sheet, it's, the reason why we're EPA registered is to prove that the kill claims are present. So it is a hard surface disinfectant as it is today. But if you think about it, here this young woman developed a disinfecting technology and is bringing it to market in a siloed way that we are one of those silos in our exclusive license of it by branding the liquid CannaGuard Pro. It still has efficacy at a 1-to-20 dilution. It is the growers that utilize CannaGuard Pro today are now doing 55-gallon barrels or 270-gallon totes that we basically can drop ship within days directly to the grower to restock. And then the growers that are now all in on CannaGuard Pro are no longer using any toxicity level 1 chemicals in their facility. They are utilizing CannaGuard Pro because it is odorless, although some with a good nose can say that it has a clean smell. It is the friendliest disinfecting technology that it's out there. So the woman that invented the product, Clorox sold $16 billion worth of bleach last year.
Wow.
Okay. And so no one's pretending to be a Clorox, right? But everyone knows what bleach is. All right. And everybody knows that bleach is bad. Be careful. No one likes the smell of bleach. I don't know a single grower or cultivator that likes to put on a full-blown PPE suit and a respirator and get to work on spraying all the walls and
Not after a delicious smelling grow comes down and you're destroying all that beautiful scent in the air and then you're all that bleach. It's terrible.
your nostrils burn.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Hate it.
But let's just say that a cultivator goes in and turns a room. Normally, there's 24 hours to 48 hours of wait downtime because of the toxic chemical cloud that is in there. And so with CannaGuard Pro, you can do a room turn and repopulate the same day. So if time is money, we encourage every grower to vet us, to understand what it is that we are doing, what we're about, get to know what CannaGuard Pro is, and it is the solution that you didn't know that you were looking for.
It's
innovation in the disinfecting technology space.
When did CannaGuard Pro come out? When did you launch? It's this year. That's huge. And congratulations. That's a big deal. So is this something that growers could use in a grow room to keep their shears and clippers in? And
Absolutely. It's non-corrosive. It's non-corrosive, non-caustic. It's odorless, as I said. It can be diluted at a 1-to-20 with the same efficacy.
So you could walk in with your boots into a little pan of it and
That's
then
right.
keep your boots.
We're just about to say you could spray it on your clothes, on your shoes.
Although natural products, be careful. We have seen discoloration on natural products. So do a test.
Don't put it on my silk shoes, is what you're saying.
That's right. That's right.
But if you're going between grow rooms, I imagine too, you could have that little cleaning tray that you're walking through, that sort of stuff. That's so.
Well, we've seen the facilities that utilize CannaGuard Pro. It's in the offices. We've got wipes launching out in 2026 so that it can become part of the daily protocol for all doorknobs, all handles, like, everywhere throughout the entire facility, even getting into the staff that comes and goes, that they can use it to wipe down their cars and to extend the protocols beyond just the doorway of the cultivation room.
Well, in the last 5 years, of course, we've all gotten so accustomed to using so many different forms of sanitizer, hand wipes, sprays, various ways to keep our hands and homes and workplaces clean. So this sounds like a wonderful alternative that doesn't have any of the fragrance issues or toxicity issues.
It is absolutely, and as Josh said, we use it off-label in our homes because we're surrounded by it. Okay, we have a lot of CannaGuard Pro. We do a lot of launch year sales activity. All growers have to do is reach out to us and say, "Hey, tell me more. We would like to have some free product to validate." We can work with them, explain to them what it is that the product is and does, and really, it comes down to employee safety. Is that I like to really enhance the value proposition is really the off gassing. The off gassing of toxicity level 1 chemicals, the long term effects. Yes, you can walk into a room that smells like a bleach cloud. Okay, then to back out of it. You're like, oh, I can't walk in there.
Right.
And people do that. And anytime that you smell it on a regular basis, and you've got a cultivation team that's doing a room term, they do that multiple times throughout a calendar year. It just adds up over time, that exposure. That eliminates that employee safety risk, that you're not jeopardizing your employees. Yes, you can say put on the respirator. Yes, you can say put on the full suit of PPE gear. But when you don't have to with CannaGuard Pro and you still have the same efficacious kill ratios, that's the reason why we're EPA registered, because we're making kill claims. And the kill claims are validated with actual scientific studies that the EPA stamped off and said, yep, you did it.
It works.
And it happens in seconds. Okay. So bleach, as an example, has to have a kill time of 10 minutes. You have to have a rest time, spray on and wash off 10 minutes after spray on. Okay. There's not many people that are sitting around and waiting 10 minutes for the rest time of that spray.
Right.
And so when we say seconds, you can spray on and there's no rinse off required. And so we're very excited about the time saved.
I think every grower would agree with you that they're stoked about that.
Absolutely.
Is that this is commercially available? This isn't available for home growers yet, or can they reach out?
Well, home growers, actually, believe it or not, one of the things that we identified through launching out as CannaGuard.pro. All right, so our web URL you can buy direct, www.CannaGuard.pro. Is the 32-ounce bottle. We said, let's get the 32-ounce bottle so we can, because everybody wants a sample, and especially in the cannabis industry, it's a norm. Let me sample your product. And so CannaGuard Pro is no different. So we decided to do the 32-ounce bottle, something that we could ship to the cultivators to basically sample. Well, it's hard for a large professional operation to sample on a 32-ounce bottle. I'll gladly send a 55-gallon barrel for you to sample.
You heard it.
If your facilities are big, okay? But as far as the 32-ounce and selling direct, Josh had the idea, well, let's go and find the consumers in Reddit. So we started advertising in Reddit. That's where all the consumers are. I had more of my friends in the cannabis industry say, hey, I saw your CannaGuard Pro ad today in Reddit. They send me screenshots, etc. It's because that's where the forums are of the home growers that are utilizing. And so one 32-ounce bottle can literally be diluted with 19 32-ounce bottles of water, as long as it's RO water, right? And so you've got the dilution. It's still your cost of a 32-ounce bottle just went down exponentially, and you're still clean, and you don't smell like a bleach cloud in your home. And who wants toxicity level 1 chemicals in and around their plants? And so the thing that we identified in the home grow market is really, I think, bigger than many people think.
It's robust.
Oh, yes.
For sure.
Absolutely. And we identified that with the 32-ounce bottles we sell.
That's really great to know. I'm gonna go and get myself some for my own little home grow. Yeah. Well, before we wrap, I know we have one other thing that I wanted to touch on because you have another project with Greenway Herbal Products LLC, which is Tanasi, which is a cannabidiol product.
So the unique thing about the university relationship is to really go down the discovery path. Try this, try that. What does this do? What does that look like? Break them all down to their individual components and then reassemble them, and then really kind of a Frankenstein, mindset. Through that, through the Tennessee Center for Botanical Medicine Research, which is the name of the science school at Middle Tennessee State University, the immunologists and the biologists and the chemists and the amazing $175 million building and facility with all the equipment in it, they started to go down the discovery path of looking at everything but D9, so no THC. We are in a unique state. And so the unique in that we are not a marijuana state. But looking at all the other cannabinoids and the value propositions therein, it was identified that cannabidiolic acid and cannabidiol at a 1-to-1 equal molar mixture is more efficacious at calming a cytokine storm as it relates to the measurement of inflammation in a mammal. So there's pro-inflammatory cytokines, and then there's anti-inflammatory cytokines. So our body is amazing. It does so many amazing things to combat inflammation in our body. Therefore, the school, the scientists, everybody started to identify that this is an amazing formula. They filed a patent, and we said, that's great. So then we found ourselves, how do we monetize this patent? So we built a brand around the patent filing of CBD, CBDA 1-to-1 equal molar mixture. We filed it with 82 claims. The 82 claims are saying, what does this formula do? And we want those claims awarded. Now we have started to receive awarded claims in foreign lands. United Kingdom patent was awarded in 2023. Of CBD, CBDA 1-to-1 as it relates to being an anti-inflammatory. And so general inflammation is one claim. Autoimmune disease inflammation is another claim in mammals and in humans. And we sell that at Tanasi.com. So www.tanasi, TANASI.com, where we have that active ingredient. It's isolates. That's CBD isolate and CBDA isolate. And we measured in animals through FDA lab mice. And yes, a mouse is different than a human. Okay. We understand that. But all mammals have an endocannabinoid system. And so when you are engaging the endocannabinoid system with cannabidiol, that's the CB2 receptor that is picking it up. With cannabidiolic acid, that's the CB1 receptor that's picking it up and processing it within the body. When you engage both receptors, you are putting the body to work, and it's the proof is in the pudding. We
It works.
we have a satisfaction guarantee. We will, if you don't like the product, tell us why you don't like it. We'll give you your money back, and you can keep the product. We stand by our product. We've been selling Tanasi products since 2019. The same time that the university filed the patent, we launched the Tanasi brand and products online, and we've sold direct to consumer. We handle all of our own customer service. We ship direct from our own facilities. We don't do any wholesale sales. We sell direct to our customer. And we do it on a very fair margin. We're comparably priced to any other CBD only product, but literally we measured 2.7 times better than CBD alone as it relates to calming a cytokine storm. And then the discovery that autophagy or autophagy is induced with this formula, to where the only other way that you talk to many scientists for autophagy or autophagy, that the only other way to induce autophagy in the body is to fast. When your body is not processing sugars all day and it's not producing insulin thinking it's about to eat, you can produce insulin just from chewing bubble gum. If you are putting the body to work to remove dead cells or waste from the body, through autophagy is determined used for that function that the body is going through. That is why people feel so good. And so the most amazing thing that I think we all drink the Kool-Aid of Tanasi in our business. All of our relatives do, all of our friends do. Everybody swears by it because of the fact that it works. A hard workout, I can I can work out very aggressively, and normally I'd be sore the next day. But with Tanasi, I'm not sore, and I call it a placebo, right? It's not just CBD. And so the most amazing thing that I hear from our customers on a regular basis is, I've tried CBD before, but your products, wow, I get it. I love them. And we have subscribers. People, because then another thing they say is, I realized that I ran out of my Tanasi when my bum knee pain came back, and uh, these are just what people are saying. I can't say anything other than the claims of what we know scientifically. We know it calms a pro-inflammatory cytokine better than CBD alone by a factor of 2.7, and our bench of our control of that study through the university was the dexamethasone, which is a corticosteroid. So when we saw what dexamethasone did, then we compared what the cannabidiolic acid and cannabidiol 1-1 formula did. It basically is doing very similar things without the negative side effects of all of those other, because I don't know many people that can take steroids long term.
Yeah. I hear you on that. I'm just there's so you've said so much. I love geeking out with you about all of this. It's really fun to talk to people who are really passionate
Well,
about
thanks for letting me mention Tanasi, because we're
Yeah.
not here. We support cannabis and tech with all of the great people that surround it.
The tech, the science,
The team
Yeah.
that we work with,
innovation.
the pagination of the magazine, the digital front. It's very informational. It's the inquisitiveness of the team to ask more questions, to understand, because you guys have seen it all, and you continue to see new innovation. And for your attention to be on us, we encourage you to interview some of our clients,
Yep.
and to
We're always happy to
the
talk.
message out there.
Yeah, happy to talk to innovators like yourselves. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. So good to chat with you. This has been another episode of Cannabis Tech Talks here at MJ BizCon, powered by Shopline in association with ICBC. Please hit like and subscribe to our podcast and follow us at Canna Tech today. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing.
What a pleasure.
Yes.
As you can tell, I can talk.